only a small number of individuals are able to protect own rights. The number of people who are ready to protect also others' rights is even smaller. The individuals in these both categories are often subject to suspicion in the Armenian society. This is our national mentality. But these are actually the individuals who should receive the highest respect in the society, more so the women in the aforementioned groups. Moreover, sometimes it seems that such women prevail in number. Rudolf Hunanyan: if I can help others, then I must do it. Rudolf Hunanyan is a well-known personality in the judicial system. He participates in various judicial processes which relate to real estate transactions, protecting citizens' rights. All started when in late 80s, Hunanyan's property was unlawfully alienated by a court decision. A highly educated individual, PhD in technical sciences, specialized in resistance of materials, he thus decided to protest the court decision and started to study the civil code. Without any support from a lawyer, he succeeded in proving the judicial decision wrong. The property was returned to the family, and Hunanyan completely dived into the study of the legislation related to real estate property. In 1988, first cooperatives started to form, and in the same year, Rudolf Hunanyan established the first organization which provided assistance to the citizens in the exchange of the cooperative apartments. In 1991, the registration of property ownership started, and the Hunanyan's organization started to provide support on these matters as well. Finally, in 1994, with Hunanyan's initiative, the Armenian Association of Real Estate Property was established, which has become the full member of the International Real Estate Property Association. In 1980, I worked in Yerevan Polytechnical Institute. I received a 4-room flat for my 30 years of work. Unfortunately, a person who lived a floor downstairs somehow managed to evict us. He used the fact that we were making a renovation in the flat, and with the help of a court decision, they made us out. The flat was taken back by the state, and I was left only with registration in Yerevan. Surely, I was not the type to accept such seizure of property from a family of 6 and decided to study the legislation, all norms and regulations. As a result of such work, I was able to bring back my property. I had a suspicion that there could be others who, unaware of their own rights, could have been evicted unfairly and their property seized by a court judgment. I decided to establish an organization to help such people. I had already the required knowledge, which helped me, and I didn't limit myself only by helping myself. Your language, knowledge must be used for others as well. That was my motivation. Why wait others? I already had knowledge. If not me, then who? But by helping others, Rudolf wasn't secure himself. While helping others, now Rudolf appeared in the same boat with those whom he protected. Some of his own real property was unlawfully alienated. They didn't know whose property they were taking, so I proved them wrong and I showed they can't do what they want. Rudolf Hunanyan is sure that progress in each and every country depends on the existence of the rule of law. To reach that, every citizen must be consistent in protecting own rights and interests.
Ինձ հետ Միացյալ Նահանգներում Սան Ֆրանցիսկո քաղաքում մի հետաքրքիր դեպք պատահեց, որ մենք
Years ago, in San Francisco, I had a situation.
Սան Ֆրանցիսկոյի լեռների գրասենյակ կոնկրետացնեմ,
We had to go to a law office with my friend because my passport was taken at the hotel.
Անձնագիր է։ Հյուրանոցի համարում։ Չասեցին, որ վերցնում ենք, ասին կարելի է ձեր անձնագիրը
The reason was the interpreter, which was working for me for the last 10 days during the business project trip in the United States.
Պատմությունը հետևյալն էր։ Հայաստանում ամերիկյան դեսպանատունը ինձ թարգմանիչ էր կցեր, այդ թարգմանիչը 10
She asked a permission from the head of the delegation to spend the weekend in Las Vegas.
Երբ որ մենք այդ բիզնես ֆորումը բան ամեն ինչ վերջացավ, հաջորդ օրը
She knew that all the administrative agencies work for 24 hours in Vegas, and she had arranged her marriage there with her friend who lived in the US.
Գործում է բոլոր պետական, իրավական գրասենյակները։ Նախորդ իմանալով այդ մասին, ինքը ուներ Միացյալ Նահանգներում դասընկեր։ Այդ դասընկերոջ հետ պայմանավորվում են, Լաս Վեգասում գնում են այդ զաքսավորվում են Լաս Վեգասում, եւ ինքը շատ պարտաճանած զանգում է ամերիկացուն ղեկավարին, որը մեծ խմբով տայել էր Միացյալ Նահանգներ։
After that, she called to the delegation head and informed that she's not coming back and she stays because she got married.
Իմ անձնագիրը վերցրեցին եւ պայման դրեցին իմ առջեւ, որ միայն դու կարող ես բացահայտես, որ այդ տղան որտեղ է։
Apparently, the leaders and the organizers were outraged and came to me thinking I knew about her plans. They took my passport and instructed me to get her back, otherwise I won't get my passport.
Զանգեցի իմ ընկերներին Միացյալ Նահանգներում, ընկերներից ես մեկը ասեց դու խնդիր չունես։ Եկավ հյուրանոցից գնացինք Սան Ֆրանցիսկոյի լեռների գրասենյակ։ Լեռների գրասենյակում ինձ ինչ զարմացրեց։
Thus, I applied for lawyers' help and followed their instructions. It took only several minutes to receive those.
Որ համարի սենյակը ուղարկեն, որտեղ յուրաքանչյուր համարի սենյակում նստած է մասնագիտացված լոյերը։
The lawyer advised the following: send a fax to the person who took my passport, and I was smart enough to have that person's contact information and business card, and they instructed the text which I had to send by the fax.
Ես ուղղակի ուզեցա իմանալ, որ եթե ես բավականին իրավական գիտելիքներ ունեցող անձնավորություն եմ,
I should have two sentences written on it. The sentences were the following:
5 րոպե կամ 10 րոպե։ Այդ դեպքում միգուցե այլ արժեք կունենա եւ ստացա հետաքրքիր պատասխան, որ
if I don't get my passport within 8 hours, I'm going to report to police that my passport was stolen from my room, and I guess that you are the one because you were one person who visited me on several occasions at the hotel.
Ուրեմն քանի որ անձնագիր վերցնողս արդեն ուրիշ նահանգում էր, մեկ ուրիշ նահանգում էր, բայց ես այնքան ճիշտ գտնվեցի, որ հասցրեցի, խնդրեցի իրենից, շատ կուլտուրական կերպով, ոնց որ իրանք ինձանից շատ կուլտուրական խնդրեցին անձնագիրը, չասելով որ հետ չեմ վերադարձնելու, ես էլ խնդրեցի իմացի անձնագիրս մնում է ձեզ մոտ, ես կարող եմ ձեզանից խնդրել գոնե ձեր կարտը, որ իմանամ ով է վերցրել անձնագիրը, ասեց խնդրեմ, հանեց այդ կարտը տվեց։ Այդ կարտը շատ ուժեղ դեր կատարեց անձնագիրս վերադարձնելու գործում։ Եթե կարելի է ասեմ այդ երկու նախադասությունը ինչ խորհուրդ տվեց լոյերը, որ դուք այս ֆաքսով իրեն գրում եք հետևյալ տեքստը։ Պատրաստվում եմ, եթե 8 ժամվա ընթացքում իմ անձնագիրը ինձ մոտ չլինի,
So these two sentences allowed me to get the passport back in just 8 hours and not to apply to the police. And until now, I remember this case, and I recall how much significant it is to have correct application of law in every person's life.
Միջև ես պահը հիշում եմ, այսինքն ճիշտ օրենքի իրավունքի ճիշտ կիրառումը ինչքան մեծ նշանակություն ունի առասարակ մարդու կյանքում։
Ophelia Harutyunyan. I don't complain against the donors, but the ones who administer the donations. A well-known charity organization accused this woman of being impolite and misbehaving. Bad behavior was expressed in Ophelia Harutyunyan's courage to protect not only her, but also others' rights, the rights of those who were receiving the services of the charity canteen. Ophelia Harutyunyan was rather financially sustainable years ago. However, after her husband's death and her children's out-migration, she has found herself in an extremely vulnerable condition. She is able to sustain herself only with the help of the meals provided by the charity canteen and a very small pension. A while ago, the existing rules at the canteen became a source of concern for her. According to Ophelia Harutyunyan, the users of the canteen services are made sign papers on receiving certain meals, while in reality, they have received other meals or have not received those at all. The people who were absent on certain days are made to sign approving the receipt of the meals, regardless the fact those people have not been in the canteen on those days. Very often, the collected clothing, which was for distribution for the people using the charity meals, has been hidden and subsequently not found at all. Ophelia Harutyunyan decided that those illegalities should be brought up to light and to the attention of the society. She reported to police and received a response that there are no basis to launch a criminal investigation. To note, only people whom Ophelia mentioned in the reports have been interviewed, and this was the end of investigation completed by the police. When Ophelia received a rejection from the prosecutor's office, she realized that she won't be able to succeed without professional legal assistance. Hence, she applied to the legal clinic of the Yerevan State University, asking to help her write a complaint. At first, complaint against the charity organization did not seem a worthy case. But later, diving into the facts and the essence of the problem, the students and their supervisor realized that Ophelia's arguments are rather substantive. A complaint was prepared and the clinic students decided to protect Ophelia's rights in the courtroom. For the last 10 years, I have my meals in this charity kitchen. I receive and hear complaints from elderly on what they receive as meals. They complain over quality, ingredients, etc. I tell them, go complain to the administration. Why do you come to me? They say, we are so afraid they will not let us in again, like they did it to people who complained. There are kind people who give us meat from the church nearby. The administration doesn't give it to us because they've taken it for themselves. On Friday, they gave us cookies. Last time they gave those cookies, those were expired. I brought those with me to show. Last time they made us sign under a paper indicating we get cookies. I signed and then I asked, "So where are my cookies for today?" They responded that, there were no cookies this time. You should see what type of clothing, shoes they receive. So they select what's new, then filter the ones that were not so good, pass them on to the staff, which does their own selection. By the time the donated goods get to elderly and vulnerable, they are of no use. The worst, worn out or useless pieces are left for us to choose from. When I asked once to get a piece of clothing, they told me they don't have anything for me. Go complain whenever you want. The concept of not criticizing the gift prevailed in the courtroom. When someone is giving you something for free, it's a gift, and you should be grateful for it, notwithstanding any issues. The decision of the Center and North Marash Court was later appealed to the appeals court, where, however, the same concept of feeding hands immunity prevailed once again. The representatives of the charity organization were shaming Ofelia with their direct and indirect comments for daring to complain against them, the charity providers. In reality, her complaint was not against the charity providers from abroad, who were donating funds, clothing, and food to the elderly and vulnerable people. Ofelia's complaint was addressed to those who were administering that charity and were presenting themselves as donors and not administrators. The court rejected Ofelia's complaint. She received 2 reprimands from the charity organization for misbehavior and a message that she might be cut off from the free meals. Other users of the free meals did not support her, but Ofelia is what she is and is not able to change. If she sees injustice and fraud, she must speak up. It's too late, she says, smiling. She does not visit the canteen anymore, and the charity organization representative does not know how she survives. Here the people are very disentangled by Ofelia's actions. As to the other users of the canteen, were silent and indifferent. Olga Demyanchenko, Karine Galoyan. The community mayor's office violates the law and requires us to do the same. Olga Demyanchenko is one of those rare non-Armenian self-entrepreneurs. It's not that she deliberately came to Yerevan to open a business here. Simply, she married with an Armenian and moved to live here since 1966. Olga operates and manages her beauty salon along with her daughter, Karine. The salon is located in the center of Yerevan on Baghramyan-Orbeli crossroad. Surely, certain people would not allow the businesswomen to enjoy and work quietly in this nice location, and they were trying to take it from them. But Olga did not give in. Very often, the local community's respective services were conducted multiple inspections at the business place. However, they did not succeed to register even the slightest single mistake or deviation from laws and regulations. Olga and Karine work in a very transparent manner. The staff is very happy with the management. Everything was running well up until the moment an issue with the waste bin came up. These ladies are well aware that human hair is a biological waste. It is hazardous for the environment, and from the ecological perspective, it must be treated with a certain precaution and in a proper way. Before, the hair was removed from the salon separately from the household waste. And then, the new law on waste management entered into force, and it's already several years the hair is removed along with the household waste. There is a big number of hair salons in Armenia, but only Olga and Karine got concerned with this issue. They have examined the international experience and requirements on bio-waste management, according to which the human hair is considered hazardous material and cannot be managed along with household waste. Meanwhile, the Armenian legislation does not consider human hair as hazardous. At the same time, there is a separate government decision which prohibits collecting human hair together with the bio-waste. This decision has not been abolished, and if the community leader neglects that, for Olga it does not mean that they should also stay indifferent and do nothing while damaging the environment. The long-term dispute now transferred to court, where the leadership of the community applied to collect the fees for waste removal and disposal from Olga. In reality, the fees are not the problem for Olga and Karine. They simply want to abide by the decision of the government and ensure that the hazardous biomaterial does not harm the environment. However, they have not been successful in finding a single organization which would be engaged in bio-waste management business. It was surprising to witness the Salon Interests Defenders' silence. Karine Galoyan had to take over the responsibilities of defense herself.
Նախկինում աղբան հեռացել է հետևյալ ձևով, կենցաղային առանձին և մտել է մեր կազմակերպություն, առանձին փաթեթով վերցրել է մազը, որպես թափոն։
Before the waste was removed from the property as follows. A car would come to pick up the household waste along with the bio-waste. However, the waste management service treated it in accordance with the sanitary norms.
Մեզ պատասխանել են, որ այդքան գումար ով ունի, որ մի հատ էլ առանձին մեքենա բերենք, ձեր աղբը հանենք։
Now, they want us to violate sanitary norms. They claim that it would be too expensive to provide such specialized treatment. Moreover, when the law does not require that.
Դա օրենք է, նույնիսկ օրենքը հիմնվում է սանիտարական նորմերի վրա, ոչ թե խալերալ երեք վտանգավոր հիվանդություն է, իսկ այսօր վտանգավոր չէ, քանի որ նոր օրենք է առաջացել։ Ցանկացած օրենք, որը վերաբերվում է աղբին, կամ կենսաբանական աղբին, կամ ցանկացած ձևի թափոնների, դա սանիտարական նորմերի հիման վրա է արվում։ Եթե հիմա I
understand they want us to violate the sanitary norms and regulations, and we don't want to do it. We want to preserve and protect the environment.
Դա նշանակում է, որ մենք նույնիսկ քրեական պատասխանատվության պիտի ենթարկվենք։ Հիմա ավելավ է, ես չմուծեմ, այս 5000-ը եւ գամ դատարան եւ բարձրացնեմ այդ հարցը։ Քանց թե ես հետո համարվեմ հանցագործ։
The court found that the issues of human health and environment protection, which are of immense importance and were raised by Olga Demyanchenko and Karine Galoyan, are out of scope of this current proceeding, and the community mayor's office claim is lawful because paying for waste removal is a requirement and it is defined by the law. Anyway, this decision certainly did not satisfy Olga and Karine. They will be appealing it to the appeals court. Lala Pogosyan. One must help those who are neither able to speak nor apply to court. Today, Lala Pogosyan defends the stray animals' right to life. Before engaging in this activity, she has long been an advocate for human rights, has been the assistant to the Special Envoy of the Republic of Armenia President, and the assistant to the Republic of Armenia President's advisor on national security issues, has established an organization against the legal arbitrariness. She has also initiated the establishment of a human rights protection organization, Dignity, which was engaged in protection of rights of the Nagorno-Karabakh war veterans. Helping people and defending their rights, she has come to understanding that these people themselves had all the ability to defend own and others' rights, and that helping others does not mean that these people should be passive and do nothing to defend themselves. Every person must learn not only how to defend own rights, but also help others to protect their rights. She has come to realize that there are beings, the animals, that are not even able to protect themselves, and it is indeed fair to help those who are not capable of speaking, applying to court to protect own right to life. And now she's hiding. I'll come approach. Come here. Come. Come, my beauty. Don't be afraid. Come on, don't be afraid. Okay, let me feed you here. Their table is over there. Don't run away. See what I'm giving to you. Well, she sees foreign people here. Strangers. Okay, come here. I'll feed you here. Come here. Okay, we solved this question. Usually I don't feed here, because if a dog appears here, she won't be able to run away. Usually I feed in places where they're safe from dogs. Their table is in another place, more safe. There's some dry food that I'm bringing over here. In this yard, I work already for 5 years. In other places, it's already even more than that. In all of these apartments, you see, there are a couple of people that sometimes even help, but the others who complain all the time. Every time they see me, they say, don't feed the cats here because you are bringing some disruption to me. Don't come to this yard. Go to your own place. And I tell them, these are your animals. And they ask me, okay, why do you feed the animals? Why do you feed the cats? And I tell them, well, there are so many rats. You choose. If you want to have rats in the yard, okay. As to the dogs, that's a completely different story. For the last several times, they came and killed the dogs in front of our eyes, in front of the kids' eyes. For some reason, they were talking that so many dogs are running around and they are so aggressive, but in reality, those dogs were simply living here and we were feeding them and they were taking care of the safety of this yard. And they were not aggressive at all. And they were keeping other dogs from this area. So this was sort of my yard project, to make sure that in all yards, in all places, in all areas, people take care of the stray animals, dogs and cats. You feed them, and the children see that. And the children learn that you should be taking care of the animals. Our last experiment with the dogs was the Unigraph company came and I helped them to catch the animals, and they took the animals, the dogs, to Mehrabian Nunez shelter.
Օրինակ սա նորմալ է, չէ՞։
And now you
Այսօր
see
նորմալ
this.
է։
You see this is normal, right?
Բնակիչները այսպես պատանից
So the residents simply think this is normal to have garbage under the tree.
Միանգամից կթափվի ու միած սկանդալ կսարքեն։
And if I put some food for
Այստեղ բուն է։
kittens and stray animals, people will start shouting that you are putting garbage.
Կա։
And I'm using this place
Այ հա։
to feed the kitties.
Փիսո։
And now, come,
Արի ես քեզ քո ոսկորը։
come, I'll give you your bone.
Արի, ոչ։
Come, come, come.
Он крыс ловит в основном, у него нет
This
проблем.
cat usually catches rats. He doesn't really have problems with food.
Այս իրան։
Okay, this is for you.
Բոլորը տարբեր բաներ են սիրում, ես ասում գիտեմ։
I already know every cat has different taste,
Դարձել են սվալկա։
and I already know who likes what.
Սվալկան պետք է մենակ իրանց սվալկան լինի։ Որս չթունավորվեն։
Okay, so I close the doors so the cats do not get poisoned. All the time they're putting poison
Абսոլютно։
to fight against the rats and mouse. I usually open the doors and keep the doors closed to make sure that there are no kittens and the cats in this place. Look, and these cats do not like chicken. And I bring other soup or anything else. There are some people over here in the houses nearby that usually come and feed these cats as well. And this is their soup. She has her kittens over there, so I leave some food here for them. And a little bit more of this. These are not all of them. There is another one with a furry tail, but she's not here. Come. Here. Another one. Come over. Where is my furry cat? You see the holes here. All of those places are used. They usually put fences to close the holes. I have no idea why they do it. For some reason, they think that it's good that the cats do not get into the holes. But the rats do enter into these holes. The community thinks that just simply putting poison against the mice and rats is a good way of fighting those. In reality, it's not really helping. And I think this is a good money laundering channel.
Իրանք գումար են տալիս, իրանք գալիս են։
The community allocates certain amount of money for the poison, and it's really easy to use and misuse the money allocated for this, because in reality this poison does not really help. The rats are in reality are very clever and smart animals. There you go.
Այս շենքում էլ մարդիկ կան։
In all of these houses, there are one or two people that are very supportive of what I'm doing, and they help me and they feed also. They provide food for these stray animals. But others are simply very aggressive.
Ես կատաղած տիպա սաղին խանգարում։ Այ հիմա իրանց տեղ Ես իրանց շատ եղավ ուրիշ։
And this is for them.
Այս է սրան։
And this is for this one. This one is for the older ones. They don't like this food so much. In average, it's only 1% out of 1,000 people that help to feed the animals. The others are simply dismissing what I'm doing and are very aggressive against me. I'm so tired of fighting people. This place is where the dogs usually run, and I'm usually going away and do not feed cats here. Look, and this car passed very slowly, but very often they speed up so much that they can run over a cat even. They don't have the right to speed up. This is a residential area, a yard. If you stop them, why do you speed this much? And I tell them, you can run over a child or a cat. They say, why do you care? Go away. They simply dismiss what you're doing and why you're raising these questions. So these people do not want to confess that they are supporting me because they also like animals. There is a small kitten over here that usually hides in these corners, comes out every now and then hides again. Did you see her today? No. Maybe there. I don't know. Here they are. Here they are. The black one is not here.
Այս խանութինը չի, բայց այստեղ խանութն է արդեն, ու իրանք էլ են։ Սևոն չկա, սրանք
Where is the black one?
Բա ես որ ասում եմ, սևոնները սևոն փախնում։
I tell you, the black one is always hiding.
Եկել հասել եմ ուտելիքը թողնեմ։
Okay, I leave the food here.
Ես շնով որ եք մտնում։
Why did you come with the dog here?
Փեդլինան այն չէ։ Ես շանը չեք վերցնի պավադոկի վրա։
Please put him on the leash.
Ես մանտրաժից տեղերեք ձեր ջաղ։ Շանը չեք կարա վերցնի։
Could you please take on the leash your dog? There are so many kittens over here.
Պավադոկի վրա չեք
Please keep the dog on the leash.
Շանը
There are
պահեք,
dogs.
կատուկը։
Don't be afraid, it's not going to attack. But my cat can attack. Look. You won't be able to keep the cat. You keep your dog on the leash. This is uncontrolled. The cat is going to protect own kittens. Okay, I saw the cat. That's why I put the dog away. But do you know that you don't have the right to keep the dog, this big dog, without a leash? So you simply do not know the laws. I don't respect the laws. Okay, so did you film that? Yeah, please. There are people who think they have the right to everything, and we don't have any rights. In this country, people think that only the strong people have the rights, and even the dogs, who are much stronger than the cats, have the rights. And the cats do not. What you should do in this country? Volunteers are fighting the government, but the government has nothing to do with all of this. The government is simply their reflection in the mirror. They don't want to see their own reflection in the government. They go out to streets, scream and shout, you don't do this, you don't do that. I want to ask the volunteers, what do you do? You register NGOs. At some point, you make your arrangements with the government, get bribed, you're sold. For example, they have just recognized the experience of an organization that has been killing stray dogs for the last 8 years, all of a sudden as a positive experience. Before, they were persecuting this organization for illegalities. This is quite the nonsense. They are contradicting themselves. So what has been the positive shift here? They claim that now this organization kills less of stray dogs and neuters many more. And yet this process is far from being transparent and controlled. No criteria as to which one to kill, which one to neuter. They're simply feeding us with some numbers which mean nothing. Our authorities, government, people are simply so ignorant on those issues that even when you provide them with scientific explanation, you provide them with data as to why you should not be killing animals. They just simply ignore it. They don't understand.
Հիմա իրանք համաձայնության են եկել, որ պետքա 50% սատկացնեն։ Ու դա բոլորովին անվերահսկելի process է։ Ու ոչ մի կրիտերիաներ չկան։ ընտրելու, որին տի սատկացնեն, որին տի ստելիզացնեն։ Այսինքն իրանք սատկացնելու են երևի 90%-ը, ու բայց մեզ ինչ-որ թվեր են դեմ տալիս։ Բայց բոլոր դեպքերում այդ բոլոր թվերը իմաստ չունեն, որովհետև կա հատուկ տեխնոլոգիա։ Երբ դու այդ տեխնոլոգիան ճշգրիտ միջև վերջին թիվը չես կատարում, տալիս է հակառակ էֆեկտ։ Եթե դու միանվագ 80% շների չես ստելիզացնում, մնացածները կողքի հայացքներում կրկնապատիկ բազմանում։ Դա նույնիսկ մարդկանց մեջ է տենց։ Պատերազմներից հետո մարդիկ կրկնապատիկ բազմանում են։ Երկորյակներ են բերում 3-4 երեխա, տղաներ են շատ բերում։ Պոպուլյացիան վերականգնում է, դա օրենք է բնության։ Մեր իշխանությունը, մեր կառավարությունը, իշխանությունը, զոոպաշտպան ՀԿ-ները, բնակչությունը այնքան է տգետ մեռնում, որ նույնիսկ այդ որ եթե դեմ ես տալի այդ ամբողջ լոգիկան, իրանք չեն հասկանում, մենք ինչ ենք արել, մենք ինչ սխալ բան ենք արել։ Ես իրանց փորձում եմ արդեն մատչելի լեզվով իրանց համար հասանելի բացատրեմ։ Եթե երկուսի դուք սկզբից 8 եք համարել, երկուսի դուք սկզբից 8 եք համարել, հիմա ինչ-որ բարիշել եք 6-ի վրա, դա անհեթեթություն է հասկանում ես, պետք է 4 լինի, դուք քարը տրակի պետք է 4 լինի։ Մնացածը սա գիտեք ինչին է վերածվում, որ այդ շները բազմանում են։
Okay, it has more to disturb us. Charity is a special topic of discussion here. In France, the unsold grocery should be donated to socially vulnerable according to the new legislation. Here, people dispose their waste in tight packs so that only rats can get access to the food inside. Instead, they could have used the food to feed those in need. Even in Bible, it says you should leave some of the harvest in the field not collected so that a poor could come and pick it up. That is the real charity. Are we Christians? We don't have it in our blood.
Հիմա այս խանութը, այն, ասենք, խանութներից մեկն է, որ երբեմն, ինչ-որ բան տալիս է։ Ու ինձ մի օր սենց ասում, բա ուր է ձեր բարեգործությունը։ Օրինակ Սարդը ֆամիլիա պոլիֆաբրիկատներ ելիս այդ խանութ, ինձ ժամանակին տալիս է շաբաթական երևի մի 30 կիլո ճիլ, ոսկոր և այլն։ Մենք կարողանում ենք շունիկ, այսենց անցոր շունիկներին աշխատում ենք կերակրել, բայց ես չի ստացվում։ Ու ես իրանց ասում եմ, բարեգործությունը դա է։ Իրանք ասում են, հա մենք ինչ ենք բարեգործություն անում, մենք մի քանի ճիլ դնում ենք այն կատուների առաջ այդ աղբամանի կողքը։ Իրանք դա համարում են բարեգործություն, հասկանում եք։ Իսկ նույնիսկ Աստվածաշնչի մեջ ասված է, որ արտը մինչև վերջ մի հավաքի։ Թող հետևից աղքատը գա, էդի վերցնի։ Մինչև վերջ Աստվածա, մենք մեզ քրիստոնյա ենք համարում, առաջին, չեմ բանում ինչ։ Այդ մեր արյան մեջ չկա։ Բարևներս բոլորին։
Hello to everyone.
Այս մեր բարի խանութն է։
This is the kind place, with very kind people treating so well. Sometimes they give us food. Lala tells an old parable. Two friends were wandering around the world looking for wisdom. They came across people who pulled a mountain. Some of those were in poor, torn, and worn clothing with suffering faces. others were clean but still very tired and sad, and another group had bright and inspiring faces. The wisdom seekers got surprised. They approached the first who were in poor clothes. They responded that they are slaves and execute the wills of those who told them to do what they do. The others, who were clean but still with sad and tired faces, responded that they had families and simply were doing work to earn and sustain their families. And the third group, with bright and inspired faces, responded that they were building a cathedral. Lala prefers cathedral builders. And building a cathedral starts with protecting rights, own and others.